Okay. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're happy to have Leona Hatcher from Fiserv, formerly known as First Data. I know you guys are very familiar with First Data. We had Leona scheduled earlier in the semester, and then we had a reschedule, and then it kind of just worked out perfectly that we were able to do this. So we're excited for her to join us today. She's gonna go over the organization. There obviously have been some changes, so she'll discuss kind of who this organization now is, what they have to offer, and what they're looking for. So without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to her with 3 conditions real quick. We're gonna make sure everyone's muted, so we'll control that on our end. Hold questions to the end. If you think of one and you don't wanna forget it, go ahead and just put it in the chat, and Wanda and myself will monitor that. And then make sure to stay on at the end if you have additional questions and to complete our survey. So thank you guys for joining us, and Leona, it's all you.
Good morning, everyone. Actually, good afternoon. All of the hours kind of meshed together in this new environment, but I'm so happy to be with you today. I was very, very ill in February. Felt like the flu, but I am going to get an antibody test when it comes out. I'm happy to be with you today. I'm going to start with a video, and then we'll go from there.
Leona, I don't think, is there sound?
It just sounds low from our end.
Yeah.
It sounds really low? Okay.
We hear it, but we can't make out what they're saying.
I'm going to increase the volume, see if that works, and start it over, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Is it better?
No. Maybe a little bit louder.
That's the loudest. Let me see what's going on with.
If for any reason it doesn't work, you can send us the link and we'll share it with the students.
I had this problem in one of my classes. I think what you need to do is when you click share screen, there's a little button in the left-hand corner on the bottom that says share computer audio as well. So if you didn't click that, it's not going to share it.
Okay, so, okay. Let's see, how do I get back here?
See, I know what she's talking about.
So I'm gonna, so it says.
Go.
Video, share.
So go to advanced, and it will say like computer sound, window screen content, and second kit.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it, and then, so when I go to share screen.
Yeah, so hit share screen, and then in the bottom left-hand corner, there should be like a little box that you can check, and it says share computer.
Oh, bonus points. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Eva.
Let's be honest. No one is really interested in the inner workings of financial technology.
Except us. Except us.
Except us.
Except us.
We go beyond financial services
Because we know.
because we know it's about life.
It's about life.
It's about life.
Moving money and information
With power,
Precision and purpose.
and purpose.
Putting soul into every solution.
every solution. Every solution.
Every solution.
dedicated to innovation and technology.
A proud history of leadership.
A commitment to helping our clients move their customers forward.
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 Forward. Forward. Business and life in sync
In step.
and on track.
Safely and securely.
A global fintech.
Invested in local.
Human potential.
Human potential.
Any company can say what it does.
We define success by how we do
By
it.
how we do
Sorry, I
it.
can't see the video.
Excellence. Excellence.
Excellence.
Excellence in every interaction.
Every touch point.
Every day.
This is our business.
Our business.
Our business. All of us. All of us.
All of us.
All of us.
All of us.
It's personal.
It's personal.
Leona?
It's personal.
And that's why
We're
we
not
do
seeing
it.
the
That's
video.
why we do it.
Fiserv.
You're not seeing the video now.
No, we have the COVID-19 preparedness and prevention. That's what we're seeing.
Oh, okay, hold on. What is happening? Okay.
It may be your other screen that's showing.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I got it.
Trial and error.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Let's see if it works now. And if you let me know if you can hear the sound. Okay. Is this still click up?
No, we still have, you're not, are you sharing? Oh, there.
Accept us. Accept us. Accept us.
Okay, that works. Thanks.
We go beyond
Beyond
financial services because we know it's about life.
It's about life.
It's about life.
Moving money and information
With power, precision,
and purpose.
and purpose.
Putting soul into every solution.
every solution.
Every solution.
Every solution.
Dedicated to innovation and technology.
A proud history of leadership.
A commitment to helping our clients move their customers forward.
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 Forward. Forward. Business and life in sync
In step,
and on track.
safely and securely.
A global fintech.
Invested in local,
Human potential.
Human potential.
any company can say what it does.
We define success by how we do
By
it.
how we do it.
By how we do it.
Excellence. Excellence.
Excellence.
Excellence in every interaction.
Every touch point.
Every day.
This is our business.
Our business.
Our business. All of us. All of us.
All of us.
All of us.
All of us.
It's personal.
It's personal. It's personal.
And that's why we do it.
And that's why we do it.
Fiserv at our best.
Alrighty, now that you've seen it 3 times, I'm sure you can rehearse it. And let me be able to use. Okay, so I'm going to start the presentation now. Give me 1 second so I can go ahead and start the slideshow.
You may need to go back to share screen.
Yes, can you see it now?
It's loading.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, perfect. So as Wanda and Katie introduced me, my name is Leona Hatcher. I am a senior recruiter with University Relations recruiting team. And what does that mean? I engage with colleges and universities across the nation, more specifically within the Southern region, and also military organizations to recruit for our early career opportunities. And I'll go over what those are a little bit later in the presentation. So at Fiserv, more than a decade ago, we set in motion a new chapter in what will become one of the most storied in our company's history. So fast forward to present, we are changing the world, and the world has changed since then as a result, and we have changed as a result. And the pace of change is accelerating. The only thing advancing faster than technology is consumer expectations, our expectations, right, for what we want from the companies and the organizations and the retailers where we shop. People want what they want when they want it. The name of the game is speed, ease, and convenience. We know that the way money moves, the way information moves, when it moves, where it moves, all matters. And it has to move accurately, securely, reliably, every single time. We want our information protected. So our purpose is to deliver superior value for our clients through leading technology, targeted innovation, and excellence in everything that we do. And it goes in line with our values and our aspirations, as you can see. We strive for that purpose of excellence every single day in everything that we do, from recruiting to software development to accounting and finance, regardless of the business units. That is who we are. Our chairman and CEO, Jeff Yabuki, said, "We expect to redefine the manner in which people and institutions move money and information." And we have done just that. Just look at the numbers. We're the #1 global issuer processor, the #1 global merchant acquirer, the #1 US account processing provider, and so on and so forth. We're very proud to have been named Fortune's World's Most Admired Companies for 7 times in a row. As you can see, we And as you've read probably, and we mentioned, and Katie mentioned earlier in the meeting, that we recently merged with Fiserv, with First Data. I come from the original First Data side. And with that merge comes new enhanced solutions for what is going to be an exciting future for our clients. Enhanced credit processing platform with improved uptime availability is one of them. On the original First Data side, we were the first processors ever of Visa and MasterCard. So we've been in this game for a very long time. That merge with the Fiserv technology is going to take us to new heights. And here are some of the retailers and organizations and companies that we support at a very high level. You know, the quick service restaurants, whether it's Taco Bell, Haagen-Dazs, Chick-fil-A, we service those. Your local grocery stores, you know, sports teams, you know, automotive with the connected car. E-commerce is huge for us. Gaming, hospitality, you name it. We service all of these service providers all over the world. We even cut your credit cards. So whenever you get a credit card in the mail, and maybe it's from Nashville, Tennessee, or from Omaha, Nebraska, regardless of whether it's Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, we're probably cutting that card, putting your information on it and the signature strip along with the chip in order to make sure that it's secure. The world is connected, and as a result, we want to be connected. As consumers, we are driving that. We want, as I said, when we want it, and we want it now, we want it in the way that we want it. You know, from your smartphone to your, you know, your Apple Watch to your connected car, we're driving that in regards to making payments easier and faster for you. Whenever you pay with your Apple Watch, we've implemented a system of tokenization that creates a token or a key for your specific transaction so that it's secured and encrypted and no one can have access to it, for example. You've probably heard of the Clover or seen the Clover at your local small to medium-sized business. You've probably seen the Clover Go, the Flex, etc. And Clover is one of our, you know, highest or most recognized products. Because of the amazing things that it provides and what it can deliver. With the Clover, we've sold 1 million plus Clover devices to date and distributed in 70 countries and growing all over the world. We have 400 plus apps available for download, and 2 million plus apps have been opted in and installed by merchants. Merchants can customize the apps to fit their business. So it's not just the apps that we already have in place. We can create apps for our customers as well, our clients. And we have 1,000 plus developers operating on the platform. Last year alone on the Clover, we processed 1.3 billion transactions with 69 billion gross annualized payment volume. Now, these are some of the early career opportunities that I was mentioning that I referred to earlier on in the presentation. So I just want to start with a disclaimer. So our summer internship program and our analyst programs, you know, as a result of everything that's going on with COVID-19, it's changed. We are still in the process of figuring out what we're going to do with the internship program. I just want to be very candid with you. We will have a decision by May 1st, whether or not we'll continue with the program or if we would, you know, just hold off until next year. We want it to be an enjoyable and worthwhile experience for our interns. So we do not want it to be a situation where you are getting shortchanged as far as the experience. And of course, it's most important that you get the experience that you need for your professional growth. So we're in the process of working that out. We don't know if we're going to go mobile. We don't know if we're going to scrap everything until 2021. Or if we're going to have a later start date. May 1st would be that decision day. Along with that, we have our analyst program, and we are not extending any more offers at this time for our analyst programs. And so, you know, if you've been hired on for an analyst role, you know, early on in the year, of course, that's still in place. But as far as extending any more offers at this time, we're not doing that. But I want you to keep us in mind for 2021. These are some great programs. This is a great company to intern or start your new career at. As far as the internship program, it's a 10-week summer internship program. It's project-based. I'm very involved with the interns in Coral Springs, and I also recruit for, other parts of the country as well. It is a program that is very holistic. So you're not just getting coffee, you're not stapling paper, you're really embedded with the business unit, and you are working with the team. You have a mentor, you get to engage in an executive speaker series at least once a week. You will be involved in projects with your team, but also the other interns. And last year we did a community service project at our Coral Springs location, where we collected over 200 backpacks with the City of Coral Springs Police Department for students in need within the community. And that's who we are at Fiserv. We have a huge culture of giving back, and corporate citizenship is a major part of our company. So we want you to have that experience as well when you work at Fiserv. The success factors I want to mention: in 2019, we were named top 100 internship programs by Way Up. And we continue to grow, with 6% of 2019 interns being military affiliated. And we're very proud of that tradition of recruiting and hiring military affiliated candidates who are military spouses and who are veterans as well. Our analyst program is a 2-year rotational program. Ideally, we want to convert our interns to analysts. And an analyst role is a full-time position, but you get to rotate to 2 different sides of the company. And then from there, we'll place you permanently in either one of the 2 rotations. There is a week-long induction training in New York City. Of course, this year that's been postponed because of recent events. And then a week-long Omaha business training in October, where you really get to tour our production facilities and see what we do from the ground up. We have a success factor of 96% retention of 2018 and 2019 analyst classes, 89 analysts total. Around 40% of corporate analysts converted from internship program. I think it's probably a little higher than that, and which is awesome. And we continue to grow, with 16% of our US analysts were actually military affiliated, 5 out of the 32 last year. And we're very proud of this program, and I look forward to having you, recruited for these roles in 2021. You can find us on Twitter, LinkedIn. You can also link with me on LinkedIn. I'm on there, and online at fiserv.com. And we definitely stay in touch regarding any future opportunities. Alrighty. Thank you, guys. And I see I have some questions in the chat.
No, there aren't any questions in there. Leona, if a student is interested after May 1st, do they just go online and see what the decision was? How can they know what decision was made?
So Wanda, I'll reach out to you, and Katie, you guys are my contacts for Nova, as well as Naima, and I'll reach out to you guys and let you know what we're doing after May 1st, so you can, of course, let your student body know. And if any student reaches out to me personally, I'll let them know as well.
Awesome. I had a quick question. I know you had mentioned about the credit cards and how you guys are part of that also. I was just curious, one of our student populations are engineering students, most of them focusing in industrial engineering. So like the process of manufacturing or different products or project management. I was curious, do you have any rules like that?
That are available right now?
In general? Like
in general, I would say yes. I mean, we basically recruit for everything, I think, with the exception of healthcare at this point. So I can see an industrial engineer definitely with the type of business that we do under that business unit of production and plastics. I'm being involved in some of our operations. Yeah.
Okay, and would that be an internship or entry-level role?
More than likely, it will be probably an entry-level role. I have not seen an internship for that position, but that could change. Or maybe it's a role that we've had in the past, but not recently. Oftentimes our managers, the way the internship program works is that we open it up for the entire business to let us know which business unit would be finance, software development for our Clover or for our Gift or any one of our products. We open it up and we say, hey, let us know if you want interns this summer. And they would respond yay or nay, and then we'll start the process. So it's really up to the business unit whether or not they will take on an intern, if they have the capacity to do so.
And that would most likely be in Georgia then, correct? That position?
It could be in Georgia, it could be in Wisconsin, it could be in Nashville, it could be in Omaha.
But not Florida?
More than likely not Florida.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. We do have software development internships as far if want to look on more than tech side in Coral Springs, Florida. And our Lake Mary office, I'm not sure, but more than likely not production or industrial engineering.
We have a student question. For the analyst program, what skills do you look for?
So we want a student to have 2 or less years of experience in the corporate environment. The entire program is set up to groom the future leaders of Fiserv. So we do not necessarily want you to have, 5-10 years of experience. Of course, we want you to have, graduated with your degree in the specified field and less than 2 years of experience in a corporate environment, ideally. So if you've had previous internships and maybe you've had previous roles, internships don't count towards a corporate experience. But if let's say you graduated in 2018 and you worked for a company for 1.5 years and you're looking at Fiserv as a possibility, yes, you will definitely qualify. But if you graduated, let's say in 2016 and you've been working since then, in your field, we'll probably have you, apply to one of our other positions, but not the analyst program, for example.
Leona, can you share some of I know you mentioned Coral Springs as software engineers. Can you share what the different internship roles typically are with the exception of the data, like the analysts? Like what are the internships usually? I know they probably vary based on need at the time each year, but on average, from a technical perspective, most of our students on this call are going to be computer science, IT, or engineering.
Yeah. So this year, for example, we would have had 8 internships for 2 different departments on their software programming. And we would have had an additional 5 at a Silicon Valley location in California. And we had, I think, 2 or 3 at our Fishers, Indiana location. And we might have had some in New York as well.
Now, are these the ones that they're still waiting to hear on also that May 1st deadline? Are they a part of that group?
So no, maybe in New York, there might be some that we're waiting to hear from. But as far as Coral Springs and the Silicon Valley location, right when we were about to start the heavy recruitment for those roles, unfortunately, all of this started happening. So we didn't have time yet to really get that off the ground, unfortunately.
Okay. And for the internships, I'm sorry, Wanda, for the internships, what type of experience are you requiring for that? And like, do you have a certain year, like junior versus sophomore, or certain courses with the software developers? What are some of the requirements for those positions?
We normally start junior year. That is the preference. However, if we have a high achieving sophomore, who probably, started courses maybe in high school or, been taking on a little more of a heavy course load and have some of the exposure to the programming under his or her belt, we will definitely look at that. So we don't want to rule out a sophomore who has experience with programming, right? Or who may be a little more advanced than a normal sophomore. But we tend to look at juniors more because they have some of the exposure to programming already. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know everything about Java or JavaScript or anything like that. But we want you to have at least been exposed to a program or one like it, a language or one like that, in order to, if a manager puts in front of you like a project, you can say, oh, I know what that is. I recognize it.
We have a couple of questions.
Sure.
What kind of tools are used in the company for financial analysis, and how much, oops, someone's just typing, so it moved me, sorry.
Okay.
And how much do financial analysts have in financial steering?
What kind of tools are used in the company for financial analysis, and how much, say, do financial analysts have in financial steering? Okay, so for the financial analyst positions, which is a role that I specifically recruit for, I had that project for our finance team. They look for advanced Excel experience. If you have experience with SQL, if you have experience with any programming languages under your belt, you know, that shows a kind of analytical capacity for that. And if you can easily walk yourself through a financial analysis, walk us through that, and with confidence, and let us know how you would get from point A to point B with your projections, etc. I think that will, you know, be really good in an interview, and that will maybe have you move to the next round. So those are some things that we look for. Candidates in the past who have been successful in this role, you know, have the Excel background, probably have a little bit of, you know, SQL background, some programming knowledge as well. And they are, you know, highly analytical and very interested in the financial technology field. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you, David.
Do you want to continue reading from there, or should I?
Yeah, so next question is from Angel. Where should I go to apply for an accounting finance internship opportunity? Well, if the opportunity is available, it's posted on our website. I am normally, since last year, have been the recruiter who recruits for the accounting and finance internship. So oftentimes the career centers at the local schools would contact me with candidates, or I would have info sessions, or, you know, you can hit me up on LinkedIn and I'll be happy to talk to you about the opportunity. The finance internship is one of the internships that we're waiting to hear about until May 1st. So there's still a possibility that you know, we can still continue with that. We do have some candidates who are already in the interview process for the Atlanta location. And so that's where the majority of the candidates are at this point. And we do have some candidates already in the second round interviews for Brookfield. Whether or not they'll open it up to more candidates, that remains to be seen, but it's a possibility. And of course, I will let you know if anything changes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Angel. And also, David wants to know, how can someone with a finance, mathematics, stats background also take on a project development rather than just a corporate finance? That's a really good question. Someone with a finance, mathematics, and stats background is actually the exact candidate I'm looking for a finance analyst role. So I'll probably try to steer you towards a finance analyst position. However, you know, being that we're a fintech company, you know, maybe a project development a position in one of those business units could be something that's, you know, a good fit for you if it's something that we're recruiting for. I can see that easily transitioning into another role. But I just want to point out that for the finance analyst program, it is a very sought after program. It's very competitive, and we take the best of the best for this role. So if it's something that you're really looking for, if you're looking to really move up in a company where the CFO, this is high visibility position role for the CFO, who's looking at the people coming out of this program, the people who have been recruited for this program, this is something that you definitely want to apply to and, see if you can get in, because it's a highly visible role for someone who's ambitious about fintech. Ben wants to know what specific skills is Fiserv looking for computer science majors, any specific programming languages. So for that, I would say Java, JavaScript, Python, C++. Those are the ones I can think of for the top of my head. And if there's more, I would let Katie know, and she'll let you guys know. But if you've had exposure to those programs, that will be good. Thank you, Ben. Ashita wants to know, do you have any opportunities for business or data analyst internships? And what skills are you looking for that position? At this point, unfortunately, no. We had opportunities for that in Coral Springs, but unfortunately, we've had to close that one down. But we normally do for data analysts. It could be in our sales support department or our client services departments, where they're looking for someone to analyze, the effectiveness of the solutions that we provide, do market research, you name it, and just essentially be on top of the type of services that we provide and in regards to its efficacy, for our clients. So I've known candidates who've been in this role and they've had great opportunities to really make their mark and provide solutions for the company that really made them a sought after top candidate for an analyst position. So it's a good opportunity. Oh, you're welcome, Ben. What tools you use for this position? So Excel, can't say that enough. Even if you're not applying at Fiserv, brush up on your Excel. Even my VP, the VP over my area, is encouraging us as recruiters to brush up on our Excel, while we are working from home, in order to, just sort of enhance, our knowledge on it. But I always tell my interns to definitely make sure that your Excel skills are on point. I know a lot of universities offer Excel courses. If your university does, definitely, go out for that and do your best, because that's something that will be sought after in any role. Let's see. SQL, another program, trying to think, the tip of my tongue, it's, I know Salesforce experience for some of our client services and sales support analytics positions. Yes, Tableau. Yes, that's also one that I forgot. Yes, for sure. Absolutely, and I've been on some LinkedIn learning courses too. Yeah, as Wanda mentioned.
Leona, can you share what wows you in a resume?
What wows me in a resume? For a candidate coming in for an early career opportunity or applying for an early career opportunity, what I want to see is, and this might be just a little nerdy, but for me, it's just, very basic is something that's easy to read. I know that we want to make our resumes look fashionable, but as recruiters, we look at hundreds of resumes a day. So we want an easy to read font with bullet points. I want to see what makes you stand apart first, right? So you're applying for an internship. You're applying for an analyst program. The majority of your experience is going to be academic. So on top of your resume, I want to see the degree that you are completing, the year of completion, so I know where to place you. If you are, for example, graduating in December of 2020, I know to consider you for an internship. If you're graduating in May 2019, I know to consider you for an analyst program because you are graduating out of your whatever specified program at that time. I want to see GPA. What I look for is typically 3.0 or above. Some managers might want a higher GPA, but as for myself as a recruiter, what I've realized is that most managers would be okay with a 3.0 or above. And I also want to see coursework, relevant coursework. If you're going for a computer science or software programming position, put all of your relevant computer science courses, the languages that you know, and the courses that you've taken. If you're going for a finance position, I want to see your finance courses, Excel courses, and anything that may be relevant to the position. That being said, please make sure that I can tell by your resume that you've read the job description and tailored your resume to that. And then underneath the relevant coursework, I would like to see what organizations you're involved in. If you are a chair of an organization, if you are a treasurer of an organization, and you've balanced a budget of $500,000 for last year, I want to see that. If you have won awards for, I don't know, hackathons, or if you did an amazing project that was recognized in a peer review article or by the university for being a top programmer, I want to see that. I want to see what makes you stand apart, and I want to see it at the top of your resume. And then underneath that, you can list your internships. You can list some of the, the roles that you're doing right now. If you're working for the university as a tutor, if you're working in a computer lab, fine, you can go ahead and list those. If you have a job outside of university working part-time, you can definitely list that, but do not list 5 years of that. You can maybe list your most recent position. And also something that I noticed, if you've if you're currently in college or in a university, you do not need to list that.
Hi, is she frozen for everyone else?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me see if she can see my message.
Oh, you were frozen for a minute.
Yes.
So you were saying, where did she leave off? If you were.
You're talking about if the high school, right? If you have.
Oh, yes.
Don't include that.
Yeah, if you have a high school diploma, if you're currently in a bachelor's degree seeking program, it is assumed that you've completed your high school diploma. So you can save some space on your resume by deleting that to add the more relevant things.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. Tech 14, Excel spreadsheet, and she offers that course. Awesome. Good. Yeah, take that course. Do you sponsor H-1B and do you take international students for OPT? Okay. So for that, in the past, we have not sponsored for H-1B or OPT. For our internships, however, there have been occasions where I have, recruited an intern who is on OPT, who does, because it's not a full-time position. The concern is that after you graduate, I would prefer that you maybe apply for a role at a company that is more likely to want to sponsor. If you can intern with us for the experience, if you're on OPT, but I would rather you invest your time just on a person-to-person level at a company that is more likely to sponsor once you graduate. I have had really amazing students who've interned with us who are on OPT. And, it just kind of breaks my heart because the managers, like completely fall in love with their work ethic and what they can do, and they want to hire them, but then that approval process for the H-1B can go either way. And if they have a need, it's often easier to not, sponsor. But, that's a evolving situation. So as for now, on the record, I would say, no, we do not sponsor. But in the past, I have recruited international students for internships, but not analyst roles.
Leona, can you share I've looked at like the jobs posted on the Fiserv site, and a lot of them, they don't say entry level, but they just say like a basic title, but they still require a decent amount of years experience. So some organizations, I realized, to get entry level, you kind of start as an intern and then you work your way in. And then there's usually a gap between just coming in as an entry level, like as a graduate. So like for our seniors, whether it's finance or IT or computer science, are there entry level positions typically in Fiserv, or is that not necessarily the way in the door?
Yeah, you can, I would say the analyst program is a great way to get in the door, but of course those positions, they come, once a year. But there are, opportunities for new grads as well in entry level positions. We do have managers that look for that. It all depends on the position. And it's more likely to be, it's more likely that you do see managers looking for analysts if they're looking for, someone right out of school. But that doesn't say that entry-level positions, does not occur. We have so many roles on a yearly basis. So.
Okay, awesome. And do you think, I know obviously during these times things are a little different. Do you think maybe in the near future you guys might have more roles that are currently maybe been frozen, or you guys are kind of just playing it by ear?
Yeah, in the future, I would like to see things as robust as far as hiring goes as it was prior to COVID. That remains to be seen. I don't know if you guys have looked at the news, but even our CEO has, regarding his salary, he's forgone that, in order to make sure that we stay afloat. He's made some amazing changes to ensure, that we all, have a future with Fiserv. And I really do appreciate that. And so with that type of generosity, I think, or forward thinkingness, I do see us trying to get up and running as soon as possible. But, this is such an unprecedented time with so many things up in the air. I don't know. From day to day, it changes. Yeah.
Thank you. Any more questions?